Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room, everybody. The final episode of 2023, episode 258, which is insane to say, but I am your host, Mistress Carrie. If you're new to the War Room, welcome to the OG War Room family. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah, and the last week of the year is here. So I hope you guys had a nice long holiday weekend. Plenty of stories to tell you. Thank you for joining me as we do every Tuesday night here in the War Room, which is the room in my house where all of my military memorabilia is, the things I've brought back from my trips overseas, and where all of my family's military memorabilia is, and also where the bar is. So first, I want to cheers. Second, the holiday drink du jour this year has been amaretto on the rocks with a couple of cherries in it. And, the extended family has been here in the house, and these just get delivered. They just kind of show up. So cheers to you guys. Byron says, what's up, MC? How was your Christmas? Christmas was fantastic. I got some things I want to show you guys. The first thing I need to call your attention to right off the bat is the sweatshirt. Now, it is long-standing tradition in my family. Joke gifts get given. We try to win Christmas with the most creative gift. I opened this from my sister. She said she laughed out loud in the store when she bought it. And we have now been transported back to like 1988 because I am wearing a lilac purple Def Leppard sparkly, high and dry, metallic sweatshirt that my sister gave me for Christmas. And I feel like Violet Beauregarde from Willy Wonka. And at any moment during the show tonight, the Oompa Loompas are just going to run in here and roll my ass to the juicer. It could happen at any time, but there is a reason why I am wearing this sweatshirt. And it is because my sister won Christmas. So there you go. Whole stocking got a good stuffing, Keith says. Hell yeah, Def Leppard says Eric. Hell yeah, says Rachel. Nice. Trina says, I love it. Penny says, I love that. Violet, you're stunning. Oh, Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. Exactly. That's how I feel right now. Like, I'm just emanating this purpleness with the, like, it's part faded, like it could have been original to the 80s, but then it's like silver and pink, like glittery. I don't even know if I'm allowed to wash this in the washing machine for fear that I will destroy the sparkly, glittery finish of said sweatshirt. But here we go. I guess you were hysteria. Oh, Jessica says, love the purple hair. Keith says, stuck in Orlando, waiting for my flight home. Been delayed until 9:15. So let's talk about the holiday travel. They are saying that about 150 million people traveled more than 50 miles for the holiday. The busiest driving day is going to be this Thursday, the 28th. The busiest flying day, they claim, is going to be on New Year's Day, where TSA is expecting to scan more than 2.5 million just national travelers in the United States. So Derek says, Merry Christmas from Palm Bay, Florida. Merry Christmas. Turn it inside out and wash it in cold, said Tracy. Yes, because we would hate to damage the glittery and sparkly finish of the lilac purple Def Leppard high and dry sweatshirt. We would not want to take away the glitter. What's up, Michelle? It matches your hair. If Violet from Willy Wonka had a badass bitch auntie, it's you. Thank you. Trina says, terrifying drive home last night from Boston. Worst fog ever. Yeah, the roads, and there's more rain coming over the next few days. Unseasonably warm as well in the 50s. Just crazy. Bish says, what? I couldn't resist a good pun. Nor should I expect you to. I just can't. Elsa says blueberry cobbler. Brett, I brought in So Brett last week came to the Solomon Pond Mall because we were there with 100 FM The Pike, and he brought me blueberry cobbler chapstick. Oh, you heard me right. I'm trying to find it on the label. So now I have blueberry cobbler SPF 15 chapstick to add to the blueberry cobbler collection of the War Room, which I appreciate. So thank you very much for my chapstick. We're supposed to get snow on Thursday. Jessica, where are you that you're getting snow? Because I did not think we were getting snow in the forecast where I am. Michelle says, wash it by hand. It's nasty out there right now. Yeah, the road is, the roads are a little bit gross right now. Carol says, it's my son's birthday. Happy birthday to Carol's son. MC, were you in Leominster with the family for Christmas? Byron, yes, I was, as a matter of fact. The family has been together the last couple of days. There's been a lot of lasagna eating. It's been really, really good. So we had a great family holiday. People have been crashing at the house as well. So we've had a full house, lots of family around. It's been really, really good the last couple days. So let's see. Are you guys supposed to get any snow because it's in Kentucky? No, we're not supposed to get snow in New England, or at least southern New England. As far as I know, we're not getting any at all, at least not in the next 10 days or so. Marcy, mom is really good. Thank you for asking. She was chowing down on Rice Krispie treats this afternoon. So mom is doing great. Thank you very much. I had her dancing before the holiday, which was really good. She has good days and bad days. I got her on a good day. We did a lot of walking, did some dancing. We'll listen to some music. Michael says, leftover lasagna, the best. Always the best the second day. So if you ever make lasagna, or if you don't make it and you're not used to making it, this is what I have found. You want to cook the noodles about 50%, so they're pliable but not completely cooked through, and let them absorb some of the liquid from the sauce when you're making it. You also want to cook the lasagna the day before you're going to serve it, and that way it'll get a chance to cool down and kind of congeal. I like my lasagna to stay, when you cut it, it stays in a piece on the plate. I don't like lasagna that you cut it out of the pan and it just falls apart on the plate. And then heat it up the next day when you're going to serve it. The third day, so you cook it day 1, serve it day 2, leftovers day 3 cold. Delicious. Walter says, hey, Mistress Carrie, Wednesday family and War Room family and the London fog. It's going to be above 40 here for the next 7 days, says Trina. Yeah, we're not going to get snow. Bish says he got Judas Priest tickets for Christmas. Concert tickets are the best gift to get for Christmas, bar none. Hey, everybody, had a great Christmas, I hope, says Tom. Had meat pie and homemade pasta sauce for Christmas. Jonathan, that sounds delicious. Jessica, where is Wednesday? She's with the family on the other side of the house, but you know how she is. She will be in probably for mail call. I do want to show you guys one thing, though. Speaking of Wednesday, one of the things that she got, which I have set up in her pug cam, is a Pet Hall of Fame board that we can fill out based on what she does that's bad. It's a dry erase marker, and we can fill it out and put it here on the pug cam so that depending on what terrible thing Wednesday did that week, she can go into the Pet Hall of Shame in Cocktails in the War Room too. Byron says had chili too. Lasagna Sandy, fantastic. Homemade meatballs, stewed in homemade tomato sauce, always better the next day. Tracy couldn't agree more. I make 55 homemade sugar cookies from scratch. Elsa and I, why 55? That just seems like an odd number. Michael Cole says Metallica M72 ticks in the stocking. Fantastic gift. Mary says 85 here. Mary, where are you? Are you in Florida? Where are you right now? Betty says, good evening, War Room. My daughter made cookies for Christmas. It's been years since we've made them. I bet they were delicious. She's being Nanny Wednesday, Rachel says. That's exactly where she is. Making my Christmas roast right now. Went to Chinatown for Chinese. Trina says it was awesome. What's up, Alicia? Thank you for joining us. Listen to the podcast that had Sully Erna. And I was impressed, says Jessica. We'll talk about the podcast in a few minutes. Magic meatballs over lasagna, right, Carrie? Actually, they were raviolis, Bish, but close enough. But yeah. Betty says, my brother made Christmas dinner. The ham was delicious. Always lasagna and stuffed shells for Christmas. Walter, it's the best. Seriously. Got pit seat Creed tickets in Chicago for my gift. So excited. I hope they play What If from the Scream 3 soundtrack. Okay, sorry, the comments are going crazy. Kathy says 85, it's 66 in Palm Bay right now. See? And you thought it was going to be warmer moving out of Massachusetts. It was 52 degrees today here. Just crazy. Downloaded the last few sit reps and Sully for the flight home, says Keith. Fantastic. I ate a disgustingly large slab of prime rib. Happy belly. Tracy, it's the holidays. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to drink favorite cocktails, eat your favorite food. That's what you're supposed to do. Jessica says on Christmas Eve, I watched Home Alone and it was awesome. William says, hey, y'all, sorry I'm late. No problem. So I want to show you guys some of the other stuff that I got for Christmas this year. I do want to tell you that my husband and the kids bought me the one thing that I wanted more than anything, which was one of those handheld rechargeable vacuum cleaners with all the attachments. Oh my God. You know you're old when you are hoping to get a new vacuum, but I can use it in my car. I can use it on the stairs. I've been vacuuming everything the last 24 hours since I got the thing. It's unbelievable. It's awesome. And then you also are horrified because when you get a new vacuum and it works so good, you realize how much dirt was on your floors. And it also, when the arm lays flat down, so it gets under the couches, under the kitchen island, like it gets under everything. The couch here in the war room where the dust bunnies live, like all of that. It gets under everything. It's amazing. Betty said, my daughter received 2 ornaments and got the black mug. Betty, that is fantastic. Thank you for ordering at mistresscarrie.com. Tracy says, it was dinner plate sized. I ate the whole thing. Tracy, this is a no apology zone. You want to eat a plate sized piece of prime rib on Christmas? You go right on ahead. Yes, my gift sucked, said Mark. Yeah, exactly. Pardon the second pun of the show. I got my ex a dustbuster for Christmas. LOL, says Tom. I'm telling you, the thing is awesome. I could not have been more excited. I got a new set of headphones, which is fantastic. I also got some reflective skeleton gloves, which are awesome. I love them. I got some new socks because we always get socks, including this one, most likely to say it to your face. Kind of true. You guys know this. I got this in my stocking, which I didn't even know existed. It turns AA batteries into C and D batteries. Did you guys even know this thing exists? So like I have a drawer, like kind of like a battery junk drawer that has like all the different batteries for everything in the house. And you always run out of a size battery when you need it. This kind of solves that problem because as long as you have like a AA battery, you can turn it into a C or a D. Like, check that out. It's like let me open it. I haven't even opened it because I was excited to show it to you guys. I have not tried it yet, but you get these plastic things that it's either 2 D batteries or 2 C batteries, and you put AA's inside. I didn't even know this was a thing, but it's genius. That's the kind of stocking stuffer stuff that my sister finds somewhere, and they always get you out of a jam. How much damage did you get from the storm last Monday, MC? It wasn't bad. I had one big tree fall. May have dented a friend's hood of their Jeep. Sorry, Matt. But nothing hit the house. A bunch of branches came down that we've been burning in the wood stoves. And other than that, Kim wants to know what kind of vacuum. It's a Dyson. I got the Dyson handheld vacuum cleaner. Well, that's cool, says Tracy. So you got the jackpot. I got spoiled this year for Christmas, seriously. My 7-year-old niece and 10-year-old nephew got me a Willie Nelson Chia Pet, best gift ever, says Ryan. Fantastic. I also got this, which I thought was really funny. So my sister got me this, and I thought it was chocolate, right? Like a giant Hershey Kiss. But it's actually our Hershey's chocolate makeup palette, which I realize right now exactly matches the 80s Def Leppard bedazzled, sparkly, lilac purple sweatshirt. So maybe I should have done my makeup with the Hershey Kisses purple eyeshadow palette to match my sweatshirt tonight. Kathy says, I love my Dyson. We finally got power back on Wednesday, Rachel says. Oh my God. Michelle says, lucky you, we had no power. I did not lose power, which I'm really fortunate about. But you guys also know that because of MCHQ and stuff, I have a generator. So if we lost power, I still would have been okay. Angie says, oh my goodness, my mom needs one of those. So this is what it looks like. The packaging by Glamlight, I believe. So if you want to Google it as like an after Christmas gift for somebody, it says Hershey's Kisses palette for face and body. So there you go. I thought that was really cool. This is the other thing she got me. So she went on a vacation and went into a place, and I just want to let you know that she got flagged by TSA for having this in her carry-on on the way home because it's heavy. So she went into a place and got me bath salts. And the bath salts came in a bag like this, which basically looks like a bag of heroin. Except the bath salts are called funeral ashes, grave dirt, bones, and dead flowers. These are bath salts that you scoop into your bath that looked like cremains. And she flew these home from Canada and got flagged at TSA bringing my Christmas gift home. I want you guys to be able to read and pause the screen if you want so you can read it. And if you want it, the website where you can get them is right there. crystalbarsoap.com. There you go. Dana says they have cereal makeup palettes too. I love a Hershey Kiss, says Jonathan. Does it glow in the dark? You could have some fun with that, Carrie, says Heidi. You guys know that the hubs, Mr. C is here. Stop giving him perverted ideas, please. Is that a new Muppet behind you? Keith, stop rushing the show. I'm getting there. Let's see. That's hilarious. Priceless, Carrie. Yeah, it's hilarious. So I also have a friend who went to college with someone that makes puppets. And that's where Muppet Mistress came from. Her Instagram handle is Axe Personified. And every year for Christmas, the first year I got Muppet Mistress. And then the next year I got Animal. And then the year after that, I got Dr. Teeth. And then I got Floyd. Then I got Janice. Then I got Floyd. So there's 2 members of Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem Orchestra that remain for me to get the whole band. There was only 2. There's Zoot and Lips, the trumpet player with the bright yellow hair. So this year, I got Zoot, the sax player, to add to my Muppet collection. And all of the Muppets sit in the interview guest seats inside MCHQ. And so now when I do the radio shows and record the podcast episodes, I have almost all of Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem Orchestra. I only have Lips left. but I got Zoot this year, and I'm super excited. Like, he's perfect. So if you guys go on my Instagram, I'm going to put a picture of him up after the show, and I will tag the girl that makes them, but her Instagram profile is Axe Personified, and she makes Muppet mock-ups, and they are amazing. Down to the last detail, like the sneakers, like look at the sax detail, like the necklace, just insane. So the new addition to my Muppet collection. You know who Janice looks like now, right? Madonna. Yeah, exactly. And if you guys see Floyd Pepper, he's Pink Floyd. Pepper dressed as a Sergeant Pepper outfit, just in case you guys never caught that. Heidi says, MC, glad you had fun on Christmas with the family. I did. What about Kermit? Kermit's not part of the Electric Mayhem Orchestra. I wanted the band first. So we're chipping away at the band first. But she makes all of them. They're really, really cool. So super excited that I got Zoot this year to add to my Muppet collection. So I got spoiled. I hope you guys got spoiled this Christmas as well. I know somebody that got spoiled. Guess who's joining us? Hello, Wednesday. What were you being a nanny dog? Huh? Were you being a nanny dog and playing with the baby? Did you have a good Christmas? Do you want to tell everybody that you had a good Christmas? Oh, you got a boogie on your eyeball. Yuckies. Do you want to tell everybody you had a good Christmas? Would you like a cookie? Did you hang out with Charlie? Did you snuggle in front of the wood stove? Down. Good girl. We had a little bit of a panic thing before the holiday. Nail clipping. Got a little rough. She zigged when I thought she was going to sag. It was a little bit bad. Mr. C got spoiled. Mr. C got spoiled too. He got everything on his wish list from Santa. Yes, he did. Did Wednesday get any dog treats for Christmas? I believe she did get some. Sit. Down. She got a lot of toys and treats that she's been sharing with Charlie, her pal. So, yeah, she's good. What is this? Lint. What is on the couch, Wednesday? What did you get on the couch? Did you want to tell everybody? Yeah. Exactly. She shows up for the cookies and mail call. That's why she shows up. Right? Were you good? Did Santa come? Did you have a good day? Huh? Say hi to everyone. Okay. So, what did you guys say? Hold on. The comments are crazy. Hi, Wednesday. So cute. Did Wednesday get dog treats? Yes. Boarding time, says Keith. I'll have to finish you tomorrow. Fly safe, Keith. Heidi, mom is good. Thank you for asking. Wednesday says she wants cookies and belly rubs. Get out of the cookie pocket. You know where to sit if you want cookies. Sit down. No, sit. Spoiled brat. It's a good thing he's flying today because I think the further in the week it gets, the weather is going to get a little squirrely later on in the weekend. Also, it's going to get busier with people trying to get home. So, right? Did you have a good time this Christmas? All right, one more cookie. That's it. Down. Sit. High five. Sit. Paw. Okay, that's it. No more. The cookie pocket's empty. All gone. By the way, I do want to note that if you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, we did celebrate Dickmas yesterday morning. The ice molds were a huge hit. A lot more anatomically correct than I think my sister and I were prepared for. But we did, in fact, celebrate Merry Dickmas. So, hey, to anybody that was wondering. Let's see. Heidi wants to know, Carrie, did you bake your lemon cookies for Christmas? They're not lemon, they're anise. And I did, and they came out delicious. We made 4 batches. I think it's something like 26 dozen or something. We made a lot of cookies, delivered them to the neighbors like we always do in our funny Christmas pajamas. One of the neighbors has got a Ring camera and caught us like coming up to the walkway to ring the bell in our pajamas to deliver the cookies. Hilarious. It's kind of like grainy Sasquatch footage, which is really, really funny. So, yes, we delivered the cookies. We ate the cookies. Anise cookies, not anus, Jonathan, anise cookies, not anus, anise. Wednesday, there's no more cookies in the cookie pocket. I told you. They're gone. All gone. There's no more cookies in the cookie pocket. All right. So I want to remind you guys about a couple things because now they're coming up fast. It's almost 2024, which means the big gig is coming up fast at the end of April. There are still tickets available. So if you got a little money for Christmas from Santa, you got to join Mike Shue and I at Big Gig 3, Stain Seether, Asking Alexandria, and Tim Montana. Tickets are on sale now. You may still be able to get some of those buy 3, get the 4th one free deal. They released a certain amount of those packages. But 100 FM The Pike presenting the Big Gig 3. It's happening Saturday night, April 27th at the DCU Center in Worcester. Mike Shue and I will be the master and mistress of ceremonies. And for anybody that's not aware, doing a lot of holiday shopping, I bumped into a lot of people at the Solomon Pond Mall, at Waterfront Mary's. People like, where are you on the radio? When are you on the radio? What's going on with the podcast? So you can hear me every weekday afternoon in Worcester on 100 FM The Pike. And if you download the Pike app, you can listen anywhere. And if you want to listen to me on The Bone, you can listen to 106.3 The Bone in Portland, Maine. Download the Bone app. You can listen anywhere. And The Bone is presenting Rubicon and Mission to Sleep on January 6th at Free Street in Portland, Maine. I am going to be up there. So come and support a great local band that is signed and touring. They're out on the road with Buckcherry. And I know that the guys are really hoping that these hometown New England shows are going to be huge. Obviously, you heard Jay and Dave from Rubicon on a recent episode of the podcast. So get more details. Go to 1063thebone.com. That's how you can download the Bone app and also get more details on how to get your tickets. I think these tickets are only $15. It's short money. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you destroying stuff Wednesday? Why are you throwing my Christmas presents around? Come on, over here. Get. There's no more cookies. They're all gone. All gone. See? There's no more cookies. So you got to grab the tickets. Rachel says, I found out my friend is now making dick-shaped crayons. Rachel? You need to let me know where. Just let me know where. The Big Gig 3, says Michael Cole. Elsa's still laughing about the Bone. Da Bone. I don't know that you did nighttime. I didn't know that you did nighttime gigs on 94.5. Heidi, what are you talking about? 94.5? Which station are you talking about? Wednesday didn't fall. She's knocking stuff off the couch. Maybe you have maybe you can have Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20 or John Bon Jovi. Jessica, I would love to have both of those guys on the podcast. Are you going to see your BF on the 29th? Christine, we are hoping to make the trip to go see the guys from Shinedown. They're playing at Foxwoods on Friday, and the plan is to try and go down there and see those guys. Happy New Year, all. Hopefully, trip back home to see the big gig. And in Portland, says Walter, that is fantastic. So there you go. All right, so the cocktail recipe, basically, I wanted to just talk about my holiday drink du jour this year. This has always been a standard drink of mine, But for some reason, I had one earlier this week, and it just was so damn good that this is what I've been drinking all week. I made my spiked apple cider, didn't drink it because I've been drinking these the whole time. So this week's cocktail recipe, which, by the way, if you're new to the show, we always talk about cocktail recipes every week. By the way, you can always tell what I'm drinking based on the glass. So this glass was actually part of a glass and decanter set that I got as a wedding gift. So these are wedding glasses, but it's basically just Di Serono Amaretto on the rocks. I like it with the cherries. I talked to some bartenders on Christmas Eve, and they were like, yeah, for some reason, the cherries in Amaretto are like the perfect mixture. So if you're going to have Amaretto, drink it on the rocks with some cherries. You will not be disappointed. Heidi, the Fort 94.5. Yes, I am on the Fort 94.5. Rockin' your world. That's the slogan. 94.5, depending on where you are, is a very different station. So yes, the Fort, I am on the Fort, Heidi. So thank you for listening. I think I'll be on again tomorrow morning, but I'll definitely be on the Fort this weekend as well. So Heidi says, okay, I heard you on the radio the other night in Arkansas. That's on the Fort. Let's see. Kathy says, we'll have to see if we can get tickets to see them down here in Florida. Rachel says he calls them little chubs, the penis-shaped crayons. Of course he does. Dick-shaped crayons, that is freaking hilarious, says Tom. Yeah, Rachel, we need the web address immediately, if not sooner, please. I'm sorry, but the Mistress Carrie podcast needs to be sponsored by Lil Chubs. I need to say that sentence. Ralph says, hey, Carrie, I got an original vinyl of Tommy by The Who for my collection for Christmas. That is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, 94.5 in Massachusetts is hip hop with Ashley. Totally different vibe. Amaretto is my favorite on the rocks. Tracy, throw a couple cherries in there. You will not be disappointed. I'm bummed. I've never been able to see Shinedown live. Bish, the next time they come around, you need to go and see them. They are one of the best live rock bands touring right now. They're fantastic. So that is the cocktail of the week. This has been the drink for Christmas all this week. Just so good. Super simple and super delicious. Okay, let's recap last week's podcast episode because it was an episode long in the making. Episode 185 of the Mistress Carrie podcast featured Sully Erna from Godsmack returning to the show. He was originally on episode 39. And also, of course, as you guys are aware, by the way, episode 39, I believe, was March of 2021. But you're also aware that he wrote the theme song to the Mistress Carrie podcast and Cocktails in the War Room. The song is called War Drums. So that was kind of his gift to me. And even in the episode, he was like, wait, you're still using it? Yes. I told you I was going to use it all the time. He was like, I can't believe you're still using it. So had a chance to sit down with Sully from Godsmack to tell a lot of old stories to go along with the release of his documentary that I am in called I Stand Alone, the Sully Erna Story, and the announcement about their upcoming Vibes Tour. Now, leg number 1 of the Vibes Tour does not have dates scheduled in New England, but he said in the podcast episode that the next leg of the tour that gets announced, there are going to be New England dates. And so those announcements, I'm assuming, are going to come after the new year, after the holidays are over. Kathy says Shinedown is live. Shinedown live is amazing. Christine says you definitely need to see them. One of the best live bands. I can't wait till Friday to see Shinedown, says Alicia. I might see you at the show, Alicia. We'll see. Let's see. Annette says, I like to have eggnog with captains for Christmas. John says, hey, Carrie, lost my wife 10 months ago. She loved that when we met, that I was intimidated to meet you. She thought it was cute. And I've got VIP tickets to Godsmack next year. You are not going to be disappointed. The show is going to be absolutely fantastic. Bish said, Sully was awesome. War Room needs to take over El Camino in Leominster. You know what? That's a really good idea, actually. That's a really good idea for an event, is for us to all go and support a family-owned local business. And we should do it at some point, maybe this winter. And it's something that you go there and eat. I don't know if I can get Sully to go with us, but that you go there and eat and kind of talk about what you are hoping is going to come in your future with the people that are at the table. That's a really good idea. Let me look into that. I'll talk to the people that own the El Camino and see if we can put something together. Let's see. Penny says, try Coquito. It's Puerto Rican eggnog. It's delicious. My sister made it this year for Christmas. It's so funny. Everybody's talking about Coquito this year. Meatballs with Sully, says Annette. Let's see. El Camino is the best. So nostalgic for me, says Heidi. It's delicious. Michelle says, we found it at the package store here in town. Hard Mountain Dew drinks. We bought the sample pack. Were they good? Michelle, were they good? Did you like them? It's one of those drinks that'll probably get you wasted and keep you up all night, which is a really dangerous combination. You should have Sully Erna cook for you. So funny enough, I'll tell you the story quick. Christmas Eve, before my family came home to open presents, we actually delivered some of my Anna's cookies to Sully so that he would have them for Christmas. And when we got there, Sully was actually making homemade pasta and chicken cutlets for dinner for Christmas Eve. So Sully is an amazing cook and makes his own pasta and was also making espresso martinis. That was the Christmas Eve cocktail of choice. So, and he's got a really nice cappuccino machine too. So bring the signed dollar bill with you too, Carrie. You know what? I gotta, Mr. C, will you do me a favor? Will you go get the dollar bill downstairs on the wall? I want to show you guys the dollar bill. I love having assistants. Assistants. Normally I don't have assistants. But I have assistants tonight. This is nice. I like this. That if I forgot something, I can send. He's going to want an assistant producer credit or something on the show. But I'll show you guys the dollar bill. It's downstairs hanging on the wall, so he's going to go grab it for me. Let's see. Fun fact, work with Fred Fuller Oil before and had to sell the business. We service Sully's mom's house in Wyndham. Thank you, Mr. C, assistant producer. He's flipping me off right now. So I told you guys I wanted to show you the dollar bill. I'm sorry that I forgot to bring it. But the dollar bill that we talked about in the episode, when Sully and I had the magic meatballs and we sat at the table and I bet him that within the month, Godsmack would sign a record deal. He shook on it. He took the bet and then gave me the dollar. So here it is right here. And I don't think he believed me that I saved it. So I had to show it to him while we were doing the interview. And obviously he recognized his own handwriting and recognized his autograph. So in case you can't read his chicken scratch, it says Sully GS for Godsmack to Carrie. $1 well spent. Now we're even. So there it is. Call him Assistant C. Oh my God, that's so funny. Thanks, Mr. C. Jonathan says that dollar is priceless. The whole wolf pack there, or the kids. So it's like 3/4 of a wolf pack. The family's kind of all spread out right now, but most of the wolf pack is here in the house right now, and everybody's good. Keith says, Carrie, my date says that you are a stone cold fox. Keith has a date in the war room tonight. Nice. Thank you, Keith's date. I'll take the compliment. Louise says, hey guys, just got home from work. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Jessica says, I believe Sully's mom lives in South Carolina. She does now. And she says that you got her up on stage at a strip club for her birthday. Totally sounds like something I would do. Keith, you better be wearing pants, says Heidi. Yeah, so this is one of those things that like nobody else has it. And it's got my name on it, so why would anybody else want it? But that's the famous Sully earn a dollar bill. So means a lot. It goes back to a time when neither one of us had the career that we had always dreamed of, and now we both do. So you're right, a dollar well spent. And within the month after that, I signed my first radio contract as well. So it was pretty cool. Betty says, glad you made time to kick back and relax. Carrie, he hates giving money away. Oh, he does. Anybody that knows Sully knows that he does not just give money away. Taking that dollar, he like reached into his pocket, like pulled it out and was like crinkly. It's all flat now because it's been behind glass for 25 years. But Donna says, welcome Keith's date. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, blended whiskey, rum, and brandy. It's 30 proof. Oof, Michelle, hello. So that was episode 185 of the Mistress Carrie podcast. If you're a Godsmack fan, if you want to hear some old great stories of the early days of AAF, early stories of Sully and I's friendship, you definitely want to go back and make sure you listen to episode 185. Episode 186, the final episode of the Mistress Carrie podcast this year, I think you guys are going to really love, and you guys are going to fall in love with him because he is just so nice, so genuine, such a pleasure to talk to. Cannot wait to hang out with him in person. We've been talking about the big gig. Oh, I missed a Christmas tree. Typo. Social. We've been talking about the big gig a lot. We've been talking about the tailgate tour with Stain, Seether, Saint Asonia, and Tim Montana. That's going to be at the SNHU. That's going to be at the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine, a few days after the big gig on April 30th. Tim Montana is just amazing. He is the co-writer on the Billy Gibbons song, This Beard Is Here to Party, or This Beard Is Made to Party, which was the Red Sox theme song, I believe, back in 2013 before they won the World Series. He is on the Stain tour. He is opening up the big gig. And Tim Montana, everybody told me when I met him that he was going to be amazing, and he 100% was. So the last episode of the year is episode 186, featuring Tim Montana, who is going to be on Stain's tour, and you guys are going to love him. He's got new music in the works. The hit song right now that's climbing the charts, I think it's in the top 5 on the rock charts right now, is called The Devil You Know. It's really, really good. The playlist for this episode is really, really good. It's got everything from ZZ Top and Kid Rock in it. It's got some Jelly Roll in it. It's got Chris Stapleton in it. He name drops a lot of artists, having spent a lot of time in Nashville, and you guys are going to, it's got Stained in it. You guys are going to love this episode. Heidi wants to know, hey, Carrie, are you getting Stevie Nicks for the 2024 podcast? Heidi, there is like the Rushmore of guests that I want to get on the podcast. A Beatle, first and foremost. Stevie Nicks is right up there. John Bon Jovi is right up there. I have interviewed Ozzy before, but not on the podcast, so I would love to have him. Any member of Led Zeppelin, obviously remaining, would be amazing. Beatle, like, I've had the Wilson sisters, which is just unreal. Joan Jett is up there. Dolly, I would love to have. There are definitely people that I would love to have on the podcast that I haven't yet. And Stevie Nicks is just so up there for me. John says, Billy Gibbons plays the Jungle Show here in Austin. He just threw his own birthday party in LA, and Tim Montana was there. Played with Jimmy Vaughn, John says. Arena football coming back in 2025. The first Kiss Avatar concert is announced for 2027, by the way. Jessica says you should have Ivan Moody on it. I would love to have Ivan Moody on it. Zoltan Bathory from Five Finger has been on the show. Let's see. Would you have someone like Lady Gaga on the podcast after she worked with the Stones and U2? She also performed at the Grammys with Metallica. I will interview like any musical artist, especially someone that has roots in rock, like a Miley Cyrus, or I would love to interview Adele or somebody like that. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a rock lifestyle podcast. So I look at people like Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus as kind of transcending the pop genre, that they're collaborating with all of these different artists. Miley Cyrus was really, really good friends with Taylor Hawkins. There's a lot of genre blending. You could see it at the Taylor Hawkins tribute with all of the different genre artists. Michael Bublé just joined the Foo Fighters on stage. Rick Astley is really good friends with Dave Grohl. Like, I would love to have artists like that on the podcast. Absolutely. Trina says Stevie Nicks is a goddess. Couldn't agree more. Post Malone, I would totally have Posty on the show. Yes. Adele is a smoke show, says Eric. Lady Gaga was an awesome performance with Metallica. They actually had to release the rehearsal video. They recorded the rehearsal of it because the sound on Grammy night was terrible, but the rehearsal sounded amazing. How about Geddy Lee? I think Rush has a new drummer. So Jessica, let me correct you a little bit. First of all, I would love to have Geddy on the show. Second of all, if Geddy and Alex get back together to tour and play Rush music, I know they're getting together to work on new music. I do not believe they're going to tour under the name Rush. I believe that they're going to retire the band title Rush because Rush can't exist without Neil Peart. Everybody knows that. If they get another drummer to go out and play Rush songs, I think they said that is what they would be open to do. But I don't think there's any way that they would tour under the moniker of Rush without Neil Peart. I don't think they would ever do that. But I would love to have Geddy on. Talk about his book? Absolutely. Jonathan says, Taylor Swift is crazy popular. I would love to have Taylor Swift on the show. I don't know if my husband could handle me having Taylor Swift on the show because there's a little crush there. Mr. C is a Swiftie. I'm just saying. Let's see. Stevie Nicks put her Barbie on the top of her Xmas tree. If I had a Mistress Carrie Barbie, it would be on the top of my Christmas tree. Geddy Lee has a new show, says Penny. Did you watch it? It's on Paramount Plus. It's called Geddy Lee Asks. Our bass player is human too. There's 4 episodes. I watched them all. They're all great. He had Chris Novoselic from Nirvana on, Melissa Oftemauer from Hole and the Smashing Pumpkins. He had Les Claypool from Primus, and he had Robert Trujillo from Metallica on, and all 4 episodes were really, really good. Mr. C, my guy, fellow Swiftie here, not ashamed. Having a little meeting of the male Swifties in here. John says, Dangerous Toys, the lead singer and the leader, Jason McMaster, also has a new band, Broken Teeth. Yeah, like guys like that, I would totally have on the show. Absolutely. Jonathan says, I feel bad for Celine Dion. So she's dealing with an issue that is freezing her body, basically, like is making her muscles not be able to move. She doesn't know if she's ever going to be able to perform live again. They're hoping so, but it's called frozen body syndrome, I believe it's called. It's really terrible. Annette says, I think I saw Lady Gaga on some Muppet special. She's amazing. You guys heard on the first Sully Erna episode of the Mistress Carrie podcast back in March of 2021 that Sully from Godsmack went on a date with her. He told me all about it in the first time he was on the podcast. Then it hit the news like a year later. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He told me all about it on the podcast. Let's see. I have 2 Mistress Carrie bobbleheads, and she is on a motorcycle, would not sit on top of the Christmas tree. Kim, those would not sit on the tree at all. Stiff person syndrome. Eric, that's what it is. Thank you. It's really, really sad. Obviously, after losing her husband, Renee Angelil, she's the only parent to their 3 sons. And so now that she is suffering from stiff person syndrome, which basically just freezes you in your body, which is really, really crazy. It's very rare, but she has it. I believe it's an autoimmune disease. It's really, really sad. What about Lori Morgan? She loves rock and roll and remade It's a Heartache. Yeah, I totally would. Jonathan says, wow, Sully and Lady Gaga, go back and listen to the first time Sully was on the podcast. It's a long episode. He was driving to Florida at the time. It was during the height of the pandemic, but he told me all about it. So, all right. So episode 186 of the Mistress Carrie podcast features Tim Montana. It goes live at midnight tonight. Just want to remind you that if you follow the Mistress Carrie podcast, if you subscribe, not only do you get the weekly episodes on Wednesdays, but you also get the sit rep Monday through Friday with all the rock news, music headlines, entertainment updates, all in about 5 minutes. And so far, the podcast outlets, basically everywhere. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find the Mistress Carrie podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, Odyssey, iHeart. You can get all the episodes in audio form on my YouTube channel. And of course, you can just go to mistresscarrie.com, click play on whatever episode you want to listen to. I made it super easy for the people that are not technologically savvy. It's not Christmas anymore. Podcast ending the year at 149 countries. I was really hoping we were going to hit 150 before the end of the year, but we just didn't make it. Mark says Celine has no more control over her muscles. Yeah, it's awful. They're saying that there's treatments for it that she's trying, but they don't know if she's ever going to be able to sing again, which is just insane. Okay, if you're celebrating your birthday today on December 26th, it is a fantastic rock star birthday. Andy Bierzak from Black Veil Brides, who played Big Gig 2 last year. Chris Daughtry, both of these guys have been on the podcast. Chris Daughtry celebrating his birthday today. Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars, who's going to be part of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on ABC with Ryan Seacrest. And Lars Ulrich from Metallica, who just lost his dad just a few days ago at the age of 95, by the way. Good genes. Lars turned 60 today. So if today's your birthday, happy birthday. Cheers to you guys. Happy birthday to Lars. Happy birthday to Andy and Chris. Love to have Jared Leto on the show. He's been on the show before, on the radio show, but has not been on the podcast yet. So I would love to have him on the podcast. The first person to legally climb the Empire State Building earlier this year, and 30 Seconds to Mars is going to be at the Xfinity Center. All right, don't forget Sully's documentary, I Stand Alone, the Sully Erna story, is on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and on Google Play. And it's getting tons of press, this podcast episode. It's all over the place, which is great. So you can see the credits here, filmed in my old office in the WAF offices. So if you haven't watched it yet, go and check out the Sully Erna documentary. It's really, really good. Let's just breeze through some music news. Nothing really new has been announced because the music industry shuts down for the last 2 weeks of the year. But we know the new Green Day album is coming out January 19th, the same day as the live version of the Rolling Stones' Hackney Diamonds, the same day as the new Plush EP, Find the Beautiful. Serge Tankian's memoir is coming out in May. It's called Down with the System on May 14th. New Year's Eve, we were just talking about it. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. Jelly Roll is performing live in Times Square. Bunny XO is going to be, his wife is going to be introducing him in Times Square on New Year's Eve, which is huge. Green Day and 30 Seconds to Mars are all going to be part of the telecast, performing from different places, but that's a lot of rock music represented this New Year's Eve. Aerosmith was supposed to ring in the new year at the Garden. Not happening. Postponed. No rescheduled date has been announced yet for any of the Aerosmith dates from 2023 that got postponed. The Boston Music Awards, they happened last week. Less Than Jake is going to be at Big Night Live coming up on March 20th. The Xfinity Center shows Alanis Morissette in July, Limp Bizkit July 31st, Styx and Foreigner. Lawrence Gowan from Styx was just on the podcast, by the way, if you haven't heard that one. Speaking of 30 Seconds to Mars, they're going to be there on the 18th of August. Creed, Summer of 99 tour with Three Doors Down and Finger 11, August 21st. All of those shows are on sale now, so hopefully you got some concert tickets. Bret Michaels, his show on the 16th at Mohegan got postponed to February 9th, so if you had tickets, hold on to them. Shinedown is going to be at Foxwoods coming up this Friday. It is their last show of the year. The guys from Extreme are going to be at Foxwoods January 26th, the record company at the Sinclair on January 31st. Disturbed at Mohegan Sun with Falling in Reverse and Plush. I'm telling you right now, Mariah Formica from Plush is going to go up and sing with Disturbed, the Ann Wilson part from the new Disturbed album. It's going to happen. John 5 at the Tupelo Music Hall in Derry, New Hampshire on February 16th. We can also expect new Motley Crue music coming out next year. Dogs of War is the first single. They just finished filming the video, which features John 5. Sasanta featuring Primus, Pussifer, and A Perfect Circle at the Bach Center Wang Theater April 2nd and 3rd. Those tickets are on sale now. The Stones are at Gillette May 30th. The Foos are at Fenway July 21st. Blink-182 July 23rd. Green Day and the Smashing Pumpkins with Rancid and the Linda Lindas August 7th. And also Hootie and the Blowfish and Collective Soul, I believe, June 30th. So there's lots of shows that are going to be at Fenway. And by the way, speaking of Fenway shows, the rumor is that Pearl Jam is playing 2 shows at Fenway in September. Nobody's confirmed the dates yet. I believe the dates are September 13th and 14th, but that's the internet rumor right now. At the Palladium, the Machine Killer Tour with Static X, Sevendust, and Dope. That's February 26th. Queensryche and Armored Saint, April 27th. And also NoFX's final tour is going to be in Brockton, August 31st and September 1st. All of those shows are listed in the concert event calendar at mistresscarrie.com. Dropkick Murphys, why not? Christmas is over. Let's start talking about St. Patrick's Day. March 15th, 16th, and 17th at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway. Porno for Pyros, March 5th. Judas Priest, April 25th. Told you, lots of shows. Ask for concert tickets for Christmas. Beartooth, Sleep Theory, Invent Animate, and The Plot in You, January 21st. Crosses at the House of Blues on February 19th. The Dropkicks at the House of Blues on March 14th. Architects will be there on May 6th. Holy shit, John 5 in Derry. That's crazy. His solo stuff is really, really good. Lots of shredding, but if you want to go and see him in Derry, he's going to be there. Saw Daughtry a few years ago at the Tupelo right up the street from me. Dina, he's awesome. Let's see. Michael Cole says Metallica, August 2nd and 4th at the Razor. Exactly. Tupelo is amusing. Live in East Derry. Don't forget, Keith's unbirthday. Oh, Keith, I'm sorry. I screwed up your last unbirthday of the year, Keith. It's the amaretto and the cherries. Toast to you, Keith. Made you look bad in front of your date. I'm sorry. Paradise Rock Club, Zach Sabbath, January 6th, Machine Head, February 8th. And also, new releases, it's going to be slow. It looks like the first big new release day of 2024 is going to be January 19th, when the Stones, Green Day, and Plush all come out. Mail call, no mail call this week. You guys spoiled me rotten last week. It's been really hectic with the family. Did not go to the post office today, but once again, thank you guys so much for everything that you sent. Although we can put Brett's blueberry cobbler chapstick in the mail call this week. So thank you very much for that. Okay, we are going, the stocking stuffer sale is over. There's another typo on the show. Last show of the year, couldn't get it right. Daughtry was and is awesome. Keith says, okay, forgive and love you. Thank you. Avenged Sevenfold, SNHU Arena. That's March 27th, Annette. Eric says, personal triumph for me today. 7 years since my last drink. Eric celebrating mocktails in the War Room on a Temple Tuesday. Congratulations, Eric. That is spectacular. That's really, really great. Congratulations. Does Black Sabbath have a new lead singer? Jessica, not to my knowledge. Let's see. Denise wants to know, do you have any more cookies? Denise, your cookies? No. They're freaking delicious. Wednesday, come here. Did you come back in here because you heard me say mail call? Wednesday, come over here. Come over here. She's sitting over there. Come here. What are you eating? Who gave you something? Who gave you something? What do you have? Huh? Is somebody spoiling you? There is a New Year 2024 sale coming. And for Backstage Pass holders, by the way, you've got access to a sale until the end of the year. So if you don't have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, you are missing out. Speaking of the Backstage Pass, go to patreon.com/Mistress Carrie, get a Backstage Pass. We're going to do our holiday wrap-up recap, the live stream for Backstage Pass holders only on January 7th at 7:30. You also get to submit podcast interview questions, get travel blog updates, early access to event tickets and information, exclusive concert ticket giveaways. Once the shows start happening, you guys know there's a lot of concert giveaways coming. You also get merch discount codes. If you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, you know the merch discount code. You can get 20% off of everything in the online Mistress Carrie store just for having a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. So if you do not have a Backstage Pass, you are definitely missing out. But Backstage Pass holders, I will see you guys on January 7th at 7:30. And just a reminder of all the places you can find me online. There they are. Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Cameo, YouTube, Patreon, obviously. Then you can find the Mistress Carrie podcast on Instagram and Threads, and you can download the Pike app and the Bone app, and you can listen to both shows live and get access to the episodes of the Mistress Carrie podcast through the apps as well. Do you want to come and say Happy New Year to everybody? Say thank you for all the love this year? Huh? Say thank you for spoiling me. You want to say bye to everybody? Let's say bye. So we're going to go spend time with the family. Huh? Okay. Hold on. Turn the pug cam on. She's smelling her ducky toy. Wednesday, are you ready? Come over here. Come on. Come say goodnight and Happy New Year to everybody. All right, guys. The family's here. Got to go make sure that the Tim Montana episode 186 of the Mistress Carrie podcast gets up right. And I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday. And, we've been through a lot this year. 2023 has been a lot for a lot of people. And when the end of the year comes around, you start thinking about not only all the things that you've overcome and all the challenges, but also all of the things that have been amazing in your life. I tell you guys this all the time. I am so grateful for you guys, for all of your support, for the love, for the friendship, for getting behind all of my zany ideas, for being so supportive of the podcast, for sharing the episodes, tagging me in your posts, going to shows, shopping in the online store, wearing the merch, being so generous with the gifts that you send into mail call. It's been an amazing year for you guys. And I've told you guys many times, I don't know how I would have gone through almost the last 4 years now without you guys. You guys have made everything that's happened in my life in the last few years so much easier to tackle because of your love and support. And so, as we get ready to wrap up the show and wrap up the year, I will see you guys next year. One final toast to the year to you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. I look forward to all of the new ideas, the new events, the new podcast episodes, the new merch we're working on for the big gig this year. There's a lot of great stuff coming in 2024. So for you guys, cheers. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Go pay producer C now. Really, guys? Yes, I'm going to spend time with the fam. Bye 2023. Bring on 2024. You too, Carrie. It goes hand in hand. Carrie, been fun. Have a good night all. Have a fun and safe new year. Thanks for all the support. Cheers to you guys. All right, guys, from Wednesday and my family and all of the guests of the podcast this year, we say thank you guys so much. New episode of the podcast going live at midnight. I will see you guys in 2024. Please be careful on New Year's Eve. Even if you are not drinking, even if you are the designated driver, please be careful on the roads. It's amateur night. The weather is going to be rainy and foggy and squirrely in some places. I'm going to meet you guys here in the War Room next Tuesday night, and I want you guys all here. So good night, guys. Happy New Year. Say good night, Wednesday.